Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Castle Lager Pirates Grand Challenge. This time round, our feature match is UJ up against the mighty Raiders in this estimated 4 o'clock kickoff game. Number 5 takes on number 7 on the table, and the embattled UJ side will be looking to get some points on the board. It's been really tough going for them in the build-up to this one, but they'll be looking to take it here right at home. But will it be Raiders that spoils the party here at UJ Stadium? Having a little look at the results from round 15, rather, Wits taking on UJ 38 points to 0 in the varsity derby. Randfontein getting the better over Wanderers 38 points to 10. Pirates, the hosts, 38 points to 31 against today's Raiders side. And NWU, a good performance there against Alberton, 61 points to 14. Really convincing results as we move into round 16 of this encounter. 2 more rounds to go, and we'll have a little look at the standings. It's a tough going there at that number 4 position. Raiders chasing down Wits, of course, playing a game extra there. 43 points, chases 42 points. Raiders will need the win from today. Of course, Wits are playing on the other side. They've got a game against Alberton, which they should look to do well in that fixture. Look at the beautiful skyline there. Here a look at some of the fixtures. NWU up against Randfontein. UJ versus Raiders are right here on your screen. Alberton are taking on Wits, must-win game for the university side. And Rudaport up against the challenge host Pirates, all the way on their home fixture. So plenty of rugby to look forward to. We don't have international rugby, but we've got club rugby, proudly brought to you by Castle Lager. It's the Pirates Grand Challenge. Exciting times as we have a look down at UJ Stadium, surrounded by the track. If Olympics fever didn't hit you, well, here's a little reminder of what we were watching for the last 3 weeks of our life. Now on to the rugby. We've got such an amazing international as well as professional season ahead of us. And of course, it's not just the Pirates Grand Challenge brought to you by Castle Lager. We've got the competition up in Pretoria as well as in KZN, so good support here for all the club sides around the country. As we see, looks like the second side there for Raiders just getting their debrief from their coach. The result in that game, 31 points to 12 to Raiders. So a really good showing, and they'll be looking to get this game off with a bang. They had a lot of fun out there on the field. Will their first team be able to emulate more or less the same in our feature match here? As we wait for both of the sides, a little bit of a delay, but just off screen we can see the home side ready to be led out here. There they are on screen, and they'll be led out here by their skipper Gatu. The number 8, the big figure of Gatu, will be looking to get them on ready and going in this game. It's been really tough going for this UJ side. Sitting 7th on the log, played 14, only won the 10 losses in this campaign so far, just the 25 points. And they'll really be looking to use these last 2 rounds to get themselves some points and finish off nice and respectively in this Castle Lager Pirates Grand Challenge. The Raiders side, on the other hand, sitting 5th on the log, 14 games played, 7 wins, 7 losses. So it's been a mixed bag for them this season. However, they are still in contention for that semi-final spot. They need Wits not to do so well, and they need Alberton to come through for them and try and take down the university side. But of course, they need to do the job themselves here against UJ. As I mentioned, an embattled UJ side. Last 5 fixtures for UJ, going down 38 points to 0 against Wits, 33 points to 10 down against NWU, 31-35 against Rudaport, 21-34 against Pirates, and winning 29-17 against Alberton. So it's been really tough going, losing 4 out of their last 5 games. On the other side, Raiders looking good, only going down 31 points to 38 against Pirates. Tight game against Wanderers, 17 points to 14. Managing to beat Rudaport 40 points to 10, and just managing to inch it out against Alberton, 50 points to 54. and against NWU winning that one 41 points to 31. So a mixed bag on their side for Raiders, but they need to come out and do the job in this game. 2 more rounds. We're waiting for the semi-finals. As we eagerly anticipate, we can see them just right of screen there. They're going to make their way through that second team tunnel. It's the Raiders boys being led out by their skipper, Alberts, the number 9. He'll be looking to be the pivot between the forwards and the back line today, and hopefully lead his team to victory in round 16 of the Rugby Challenge. And here we go, it's the home side. The crowd absolutely loving it, and they'll be supporting their 15 boys on the field as they make their way onto the park, ready to take on the Raiders crew. Final words by the skipper, the number 8, and we'll be looking forward to watching him. He really is a good carrier with the ball. Here's the final break, final words for the Raiders guys. Looking for a semi-final spot, so they've got absolutely everything to play for in this encounter. Of course, UJ at the moment with no hope of making it to the semi-finals. All pride in these last few fixtures for the university side. Our man in the middle, Pro Lehuete, vast experience, just having a chat there with the Raiders boys, and he'll be taking control of this game for the next 80 minutes. Vast experience from our referee as he looks to get a better ball. Seems like the one we've got at the moment not quite up to Mr. Lehuete's standards, but it looks like we'll carry on with that one. It's the best we can do at the moment as we await kickoff. Well, here we go. Off goes the whistle, and nice and deep, just outside the 22. That's a really good start there by Raiders. Good kickoff, allowing themselves to put UJ under a little bit of pressure. As we see there, Damian Baker taking up number 9 duties. Coach won't want to see him there too often. Bosch all the way out, and Lushuru looks like he'll be taking up the number 10 jersey today. It's a really good kick here, and what's happened? Oh, just bounced out, says the assistant referee, and I'll tell you what, Fenyani would have thought that he was through on that right-hand side. He would have thought, what an easy try. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be. A little bit of a knock. There is the call from Mr. Lehuete, who will bring us back for our first scrum of the day. On the 10-meter line, Raiders ball. They're in a good position. Of course, they'll be looking to launch that attack down the right-hand side. It will be a good opportunity early on here to see what the Raiders attack has to offer. Scrum looks good. It looks sturdy. Indeed it is, as Alberts gets the ball in, but we'll have a go again. Mr. Lehuete not quite happy with that one. First one of the day, not going as expected, as we have a little bit of a break in play here. As the forwards get ready. Here we go, second time lucky. It's all good for Alberts. They look to get it out. Alberts gets it to Kubeka. Kubega with the pass out, and they find a little bit of space. Albert's back onto the ball. The calls for support as the pickup is good there from Mbuyamba. Taken in by Ngusan. Lentua takes up the number 9 duties, out to Kubega, and this time round it's Sibi who knocks it forward. Gives UJ an opportunity now to launch the counter-attack, and they do have numbers out on that left-hand side. It's a 2v1 for UJ, and an opportunity now to get their first try of the game, and indeed they do. It's a fantastic score there from the number 11. It's Lunga on the far side. Absolutely fantastic work and sloppy stuff there from Raiders, and UJ getting on top of it nice and early on in this game. Have a look. They've got numbers on the outside. Lovely work there from Dlamini. Dlamini gets it all the way out. And oh, it's a fantastic finish there from David Carey. The Help Makar flyer manages to get it over the whitewash for their first try of the game. And it's really well worked on that far side. First try of the game for the University side, and David Carey gets his team on the scoreboard early on in this game. Well, it's going to be a difficult kick here early on in the game. He's going to run out of time as well, of course, just the 90 seconds. He struck it really well, but unfortunately the direction off this time round, and that will keep the score at 5 points to 0. It's a good start here for the home side, but Raiders just with the error there. Ashley CBC just unable to collect that one. And we'll get things underway once more. Penalty is the call here. Offside just coming off the fingers of a Raiders player and being taken up by the player just in front of him. It's a good kick up to the 10-meter line here for UJ. And UJ once again in the ascendancy early on in this game. They've got the momentum and they'll want to keep going forward. It's a good throw, good take, and some nice quick ball here. Leshoro gets it into midfield. It's a good tackle there, making sure that UJ don't get any momentum, and they've got the penalty for holding on. Really good defensive work here from Raiders. And Kubega will want to use that trusty left foot to put this one deep into touch. Well, the distance just isn't there, but of course they still have possession, which is the most important thing. Kubega just making sure of that one. Not too worried about the distance. Kumalo now with the opportunity to find his jumper. Indeed he does. Deciding against the maul, and Kubega gets it into midfield. Well worked out there, Nusani. And another error here from Raiders, giving UJ the opportunity to go forward. Bosch gets to the base of the ruck quickly. Bosch once more gets it out to Leshoro, throws a long ball out there to Asemahle, and he's got wheels. He's going to need some support. Carey, who's already scored one in this game, has the try line in his sights, but he stopped, and it's lovely work here from Dlamini. Number 12 taking that one into contact. And UJ all of a sudden looking like the side with momentum. Down the blind side now, it looks Bosch. carry in the number 9 duties. Taken in by Moyo. Slowly making ground are the boys in orange. Carry. Gets it in, and that's a lovely run, driving the legs all the way to the 5-meter line. And now UJ looking for a bit of space. They've got it out wide, and I was about to say lovely defending, but unstoppable stuff there from Lunga Mhlungu, who manages to get over for their second try of the game, and UJ looking really good early doors in this game. You can just see their carry with the quick ball. Good momentum being gained there by the number 8 from UJ. They get themselves out to the 5-yard. And Leshuru gets ball out to Mhlungu, and Mhlungu won't be stopped from that kind of distance. It's a lovely score from the number 11. He gets his team to 10 points in this game. And Raiders are going to have a look at their defense at the moment. What should have been somewhat of an easy stop. Well, when was the last time you saw this? Gabriel Solomon's assisting. You see the cone not quite doing its job, and that one just gets pushed to the left-hand side. Missing out on another one does Leshuru, and it's been 2 really difficult kicks early on in this game. He's got the distance, direction, just not quite there. Of course, this tournament proudly brought to you by Castle Lager, the taste that stood the test of time. It's the Grand Challenge, the Carlton Cup in Pretoria, as well as the Moore and Murray Cup in KZN, sponsored by Castle Lager. Supporting club rugby all around South Africa, and making sure that our grassroots are well supported. Some running repairs being run here for one of the UJ players. Looks like he's just managed to do a little bit of damage to himself. Just explain the break and play, and I think that might be Gutu down on the far side. Mr. Lefwate making his way back into the center of the field. I think we'll get things back underway. They'll have to make a change. He looks really uncomfortable, looks like an ankle. I don't think he'll play too much more in this game as we get things back underway. It's really well contested, and Raiders managed to retain possession. Basson takes it into contact. Manages to get it out to Kalayamudim. Alberts. Nice and short, and look at the strength of Lolwani. Penalty to UJ, well defended from the boys of Auckland Park. Look at them, they pumped. It's a really good defensive effort. UJ playing with 14 men at the moment, trying to make the sub, and that's a really good kick there from Leshuru, managing to get some good distance. And they're trying to get Angelo Dube onto the field, the number 19, but a little bit of confusion on the park at the moment. So they'll carry on with 14 men, and they'll want to keep possession for as long as possible. It's going to be really hard to defend against this Raiders side with the player down. But of course, just being restricted by a technicality, and back to numbers they go. Angelo Dube will make his way onto the park. The number 19 replacing Gutu, who looks like he's managed to do some damage to his ankle. So an early sub here for UJ as Raiders back on the ball. Kubeka with it. Look at the goose step, and he gets through the gap. Really good work here from Musa Shabalal. managing to gain some good momentum for his team, but just being forced out wide. The number 13 showing some good pace and power down the left-hand side. Possibly just showing us exactly what they can do in this game, Raiders. They haven't had too many opportunities to go forward. Josh Delacia with the throw. It's a good throw. Gets it out to the 6. And here we go, Angelo Dube, the new man on the field. Into contact. Takes it up to the 10-meter line, and down the left-hand side they go. Good space on the left-hand side. Looks like a bit of a seatbelt tackle. But all is good, says the referee, as he's been tackled out wide on the far side. They really are enjoying that left-hand side, are UJ at the moment. Of course, 2 tries already in this game down that left-hand side through Kerry and Nklungu. 2 of the back 3 getting onto the scoreboard early on in this game. Being driven backwards now, UJ, and they're going to have to be really careful here. It's a penalty to Raiders. And this game still within earshot of the Raiders side. 10 points is the game, 14 minutes into this game. So plenty of rugby to be played. It's what looks like a shoulder injury to the UJ boys, and they really have had a long season. Of course, this challenge starting all the way in April. They had Varsity Cup just before that. And of course, the USA tournament down in Makanda. So lots of rugby has been played by these boys. Of course, basically a semi-professional setup. They've got plenty of medical practitioners, plenty of coaches to make sure that they spread the load all across the season. But just starting to take its toll. It looks like another man's injured. Oh, goodness. The UJ boys really, really struggling here, and they're going to have to empty out that bench pretty quickly. And it looks like Walter Moyo, bottom of screen, just with a little bit of a shoulder injury, and I think he might not play any part of this game going forward either. Goodness. Of course, another injury on the far side of the field. Try and get a name. Not looking too comfortable on that far side, and real headache here for the coaches. 3 players in the space of 15 minutes. It looks like Selepe, Tepang Selepe, he'll get onto his feet, but I think a bit of an issue with his right shoulder, his left shoulder rather. Well, lots of conversations at the top about how intensive the international season is and limitations on how many games professional players can play. And it's for this exact reason. I think some of the running repairs coming on now late in the season. These boys have taken on loads and loads of rugby. Of course, Varsity Cup starting in February. It's the Pirates, the Castle Lager Pirates Grand Challenge starting in April. And the University tournament in July, so plenty of games on the cards. $16 games already in this tournament. 7 games at Varsity Cup, 5 games at the Universities tournament. As we see, it looks like Ryan Marimo will make his way onto the park. We'll see number 16 coming into shot In a matter of seconds, there he is. Maremo makes his way onto the park. And the bench starting to look really thin. 3 of the substitutes already onto the park. 15 minutes into this game. And is that an opportunity for Raiders to get themselves back into the game? Two shots away are Raiders. 2 tries or a converted try and a penalty away from leveling up this game. And we'll get things back underway after a lengthy break. As UJ still in possession, look to be struggling at scrum time. Bosch being put under some serious pressure. Just outside the 22 now are UJ. Trying to get further and further out to their half. No contest at ruck time coming from Raiders. Opportunity for the counter attack. Lovely bit of dancing skills as he throws that one forward. Keeps it in field but turns the possession over to the UJ side. And now an opportunity to launch the counter. Show and goes good there from Leshoro. Bosch. It's a lovely tackle there from Nusani. And we'll go all the way back here for the penalty advantage. Or rather, scrum advantage. Looks like a forward pass is the call. Forward pass is the call. And UJ will retain possession. Castle bringing communities together, and that's exactly what they've done with this tournament, managing to bring 8 teams that on a normal basis wouldn't get the chance to play each other. Of course, bringing them together through a castle. Each team getting a case of Castle after the game, just to enjoy between the team, getting them to just connect after the game through the castle. Into contact, he fends one off, and he looks like he's found a little bit of space now as Berwin Bosch with the offload. Lovely little goose step here from Klungu. He's got 1 try already in this game, looking for his second. They've got the penalty on the 5-yard, and it's a really good position this for UJ. Going with the safe option, looking for touch, and they've got it right on the 5-yard line. Berwin Bosch there on screen, the number 9, gets to the bottom of this rucks really quickly, delivers good ball out to his number 10, Leshoro. Gets some good go forward ball for his team. Turnover. It's a lovely run there, trying to create the angle for his team here. Kubek puts it onto that left boot, doesn't quite find touch, and this gives UJ an opportunity now to launch the counter attack. Zamin onto the boot and putting Raiders under pressure. He's managed to get up from that one, Kubeka has. And tackled into touch. It's lovely work here from UJ. They'll retain possession, and quick ball here from Kerry. But I don't think Pro Lugete will be too happy with this one. Bringing it back for the line out. Line out here for UJ, 10 yards out. It's a really good position for them. Dalasia will be looking to hit his jumper. He does exactly that, but it looks like it's gone a little bit wayward to the left. Dalasia won't be too happy with that. King Edward's number 2 just not managing to find that throw. Managing to find Ganu, but illegally so, says the referee. Another scrum down here, just outside the 5-yard. Raiders ball. Looks like they're going to try and create some kind of an angle. Indeed, they do. Pick up through Gia. Gia gets them into a good position, and Kubega in the pocket looks for some ground, and that's a really good kick there from the number 10. Just managing to clear his lines this time round. Well, here we go. Mr. Lekhwati not happy with something and allows UJ an opportunity to go forward, but it's a good tackle there from Raiders. Looks like Chumani Gia who made that hit that forced the turnover for his side, and will go all the way back for the scrum. It's a really good defensive effort there from Raiders. Scrum down now in the middle of the park. Raiders haven't looked too good on attack so far. They haven't had too many opportunities. And will they be able to use this one? There's their pack. The big heavies will want to dominate here at scrum time. Of course, at the moment, UJ playing with 3 substitutes in their forward pack at the moment. Lovely move here down the blind side as Juries takes it into contact. They'll win the penalty for his side, and Juries looks like he may have done something to himself. Oh, well. It's a really, really tough day at the office here for the medics. They found themselves on the pitch more often than not. Looks like a left knee there for Chris Juries. He took that one into contact and looked really uncomfortable straight away. Well, more running repairs in this game. This time round, Raiders find themselves with a man on the ground. It's number 12, Chris Juries. We're seeing Chadrock Chimanga on the far side having a warm-up along with Damien Sinuka, the number 22 and number 23 respectively. They've got their jumpers on. Been really tough going in this game, really stop-start in this first half, and there you can see some of the UJ coaching staff looking really, really relaxed. Their team in a commanding position, of course, only winning 4 of their 5 games, of their last 5 games, and they'll really want some momentum going into the final week of the round-robin stages in this competition. It looks like Chris Juries won't play any further part in this game. Just being assisted off there by Cameron Lentua. You can see there, looks really uncomfortable. And I don't think he'll play any further part in this game. Looks like more running repairs being run on this team. Oh, goodness. What a season it's been for a lot of these boys. As we mentioned, spanning over months and months, this season really starting to take its toll on the players. it looks like we'll get things back underway. It's Raiders' ball as Kubega puts it onto the boot and only manages to get it up until halfway. Well, you can see on that far side of the ambulance, they're just taking Tepang Selepe off the field. And we wish him an absolutely speedy recovery on that far side. Hopefully just precautionary. Back to the action, it's a short line out. It looks like it's gone backwards, and indeed it has, as Kubeka keeps it nice and short. He gets it to Chumani Gia. Number 21, Taylor on the field, and look at that, good run there from Loluane. Gia into contact once again, and it looks like they're going to try and hold him up, but he's been taken to ground. And it's a penalty for UJ. Fantastic defensive effort there from the university side, managing to get yet another turnover at tackle time. And I'm loving the energy from the UJ boys. Every defensive effort deserving of a celebration. As Leshoro gets that one out into touch, the number 10 from UJ. Dabbles in the number 15 jersey, of course. Today, he's been entrusted with the number 10 jersey. Arguably one of the most important positions on the field. The forwards won't like to hear that too often. Dalasia will look for Ganu. Finds him off the top, and here we go. Leshoro with what looked like a really flat pass. Looking for a bit of space. Keeping it short, and it's good run here. Ganu. Out to Leshoro. And that's careless stuff here from UJ, and just looking for a little bit of space. Does Cameron Lentua, and look at this for a kick. Absolutely fantastic stuff. And they won't be able to play that one quickly. It's a lovely clearance there from the Raiders side. They'll retain possession as well, 50-22, fantastic stuff. Cameron Lentua, the man who puts it onto the boot on the counter and retains possession for his side. Inside the 22. Can Raiders get themselves back into this game? They go into a maul, and they've got an opportunity here to gain some momentum. Still going. Still going. It's a really good maul this from Raiders. In a good position. Taylor looking for the ball. He gets it to Kalayamudim. And once again, defensive effort here from UJ. Just stopping the Raiders side from getting any momentum going forward. Really good work here from UJ. They've been so resolute in defense. Not allowing Raiders to gain any momentum. Just when you think the Raiders side looks like they might come away with points, the UJ defense with a different perspective on it. Well, we'll try that one again. Just a little bit overzealous are the forwards. Trying to make that contact, trying to make that hit nice and early. A little bit too early, says Mr. Lugete. It's a really uncomfortable position to have a scrum down here. They'll probably look to create the angle first before clearing their lines. You see off screen Leshuru, not quite in the pocket. And it's exactly what they decide to do. It's a good pickup, and now they've got some space down the right-hand side, identifies the space, and it's an opportunity for a coast-to-coast try here, just running out of space on the right-hand side. UJ looking really good on attack. Ganu. It's a penalty for offside, and will they look to take it quickly or slow things right down? Gary puts it onto a boot and gets his side into the Raiders' defensive half. What can UJ do from this line out? Well, they turn it over is what they've done, and Raiders have an opportunity now to go forward. Good carry from Gia. He's looked really good with ball in hand as the number 8. And wins his side a penalty. Tap and go is the call, and Kalayamudimu. Well, it looks like UJ are going to find themselves in a little bit of trouble here. Mr. Lehuete going to the pocket and brandishing our first yellow card of the game. Good sportsmanship being shown there on the field, but UJ will have to play the next 10 minutes. The rest of this half with only 14 players. It looks like number 7, Ganu, who's got that yellow card. And let's have a look at this. Kalayamudimu taking it into contact. And yeah, you can see there absolutely no arms in the tackle. Really dangerous there from the UJ number 7. Looks like Kalayamudimu will get himself up and he'll continue on with this game. But UJ, a player down at the moment. Rest of this half, they're going to have to defend. And is it an opportunity for Raiders to get back into this game? Good kick there from John Kubeka, who gets his team just outside the 22. Sifiso Kumalo on screen will be looking to hit his jumper. That's exactly what he does. It comes off the top for A. Taylor. Gets it into Kubeka, who once again finds Gia. A. Taylor, Kubeka gets it out to Alberts. Looks like Alberts will be running in that number 12 channel for the remainder of this game. Lolwani, lovely run there from the big prop forward. Into the 22 they go. Kubeka manages to find Kumalo, and look at the space here. Lovely move here from Lentua. Steps off the left boot, gets back onto the inside and dots it down right underneath the goalpost. Fantastic work there from the number 15, Cameron Lentua. Oh, lovely rugby. Have a look at this. It all started off with Litle Lolwane. Gets his team into the 22. It's good continuity there, and he just manages to find the gap. Steps off the left boot, and Cameron Lentua goes over the try line to get his team's first 5 points in this game. And Raiders, all of a sudden, within striking distance of the UJ side, against the 14-man UJ team at the moment. They've used that opportunity, and UJ are going to have to put in a really big effort here for the next... next 7 minutes of this game. That conversion was successfully put over, making it 10-7 in this game. Oh, and he's kicked it out on the full momentum. It was with Raiders, right back with UJ now, inside their own 22. A fatal mistake there from John Kubega, man on screen. on the 22 now are UJ, and it's so important that they use this momentum going forward to try get some points out of this. Marimu with the throw. Turnover there from Raiders. It's lovely defensive work at line-out time as they look to launch the attack. Musana rather. Kubek. They've got numbers out on the right-hand side, and have a look at Raiders go. The opportunity now, 1v1 as Kerry puts a shoulder down. Still going forward now through Lentour, the try scorer for Raiders. Looks like Khumalo takes it into contact as Kubeka gets knocked backwards. Penalty here is the call from Pro Lehuete. And all of a sudden, Raiders look like they've come here to play. Playing with a player up at the moment are this Raiders side. And they know that they need to use this to their advantage. They've already scored a try in this yellow card period. 6 minutes left on the card. Can they get themselves back into it? Deciding to go mano-a-mano is Mbuyamba. Oh, look at the big number 5 go. Jordan Mbuyamba gets his team all the way to the 5-yard line. Kubega steps back onto the inside, the big number 10. A Taylor keeps it nice and short, under penalty advantage. Centimeters out now as it looks like it's been darted down. Fantastic work there from the number 10, John Kubeka. He gets it over the try line, and that advantage that we spoke about starting to play to Raiders is they get themselves their second try of the game. Have a look at this. Nice and short. You can see under penalty advantage. They knew they could go for broke. It's a nice ball here from A. Taylor. Crashes it in to John Kubega, who gets it over the whitewash. He'll get onto the scoreboard for the first time in this game. And all of a sudden, Raiders get themselves ahead for the first time in 35 minutes. Fantastic work here from the Raiders side. It's been all the backline so far in this game. Scores from Kerry, Khlomo, Lentour, Kubeka, all contributing to the scoreboard. Kubeka will look to make it 2 out of 2. Oh, the strike is really good, but he's just pushed it up. Well. What do we have here? No conversion is the call there. The AR wasn't 100% sure about that one, but the three of them making the decision and making the right decision at the end of the day. And Kubega 1 out of 2 in this game keeps the score at 10 points to 12. Raiders in the ascendancy for the first time in 35 minutes in this game. And it's UJ now who have to do all the work to get back. Leshuru gets us back underway. It's a lovely pass here, and numbers down on the right-hand side. It's been thumped into the air. There's going to be huge pressure being applied here, and pressure it is. Now opportunity for Bester. Bester takes it to ground. Nice quick ball as Kubeka once more. He gets it out to Fiso Khumalo. Khumalo will want to go to ground, which is exactly what he does. Lentour back onto the inside, finding his skipper Alberts. A Taylor gets it into Lolwane. A Taylor. Decision time for Gia. We've seen him run so strong in this game. Chumani Gia, the big number 8 from Raiders. Byron A. Taylor, substitute number 9 on the park. And it's a penalty being awarded to UJ. Once again, Raiders just losing it at ruck time. And it's something they're going to have to be really, really careful about. Pro Lehuati just having a word with the skipper, Alberts. Marcio Alberts. Just calming the game down as the experience of Pro Lehuete. Well, that's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. 10-12 is the score in this first half, as both of these two sides will go in and have a word with their coaches. It's a really tightly contested game so far. Don't go too far away. We still have 40 minutes of rugby to come right here in the Castle Pirates Grand Challenge. Welcome back to the action, ladies and gentlemen. We're right here at UJ Stadium, 10 points to 12, the visitors in the ascendancy at the moment. It was all UJ for the first 25 minutes of this game, with David Carey as well as Lunga Hlungu managing to get the first 2 tries in this game, taking the game up to 10 points to 0. But it was Cameron Lentua as well as Kubega, the number 10, John Kubega, who got his team back into this game, scoring 2 tries in the latter part of the half, getting Raiders up to 12 points to 10 against the home side. Of course, a yellow card being brandished to Ghana meant that they went down to 14 players. They should be back to numbers, the UJ side. And Raiders will be looking to hold on to this lead for as long as possible, if not extend it, and keep themselves in contention for a semi-final spot. Of course, only the 2 rounds left for them. Wits need to play 3 more games. They have the advantage, 2 points ahead of Raiders with a game in hand. Do Wits? Can UJ spoil the party as we get things back underway through Blau? He puts it high into the air, and it's a run right back through Gia. He's had no shortage of ball in hand in the first half. Kalaya Mudimu. We saw a big grass cutter tackle being put in on him, which was yellow card deserving. He looks like he's all good as Cameron Lentua, try scorer in the first half, tries to find some space. A Taylor out to Kubeka, Albert's in the number 13. They need to get numbers to the Rakdu Raiders, and they do so successfully. Kubeka puts it in the air, but it might be a really good kick this. It's gone backwards, says the referee, and they've got an opportunity to go forward. It's Kubeka in the number 9. Space on the outside now for Besta. Still in possession are Raiders. Kubeka manages to find Kumalo. Good stuff here as Musa Shabalala puts a shoulder down. Oh, it's an unbelievable bounce from the big number 13. Kubeka. Big tackle being put in on Gia. Lots of space down the left-hand side as we see Mbuyamba into the 22. He goes, the big number 5. A Taylor finds Kubega, gets it out to Kumalo. Back into the 22. Kubega finding a little bit of space. It's a good tackle there by Damien Baker. He needed to make that one. Musani. It's a little bit scrappy, but Raiders still have possession. Try scorer Kubega looking to go forward once more. It's Kalaya Mudimu takes it forward. Kubega, he scored one already in this game, looking for another. It's within touching distance, and it looks like it's just being knocked forward there. Really good work here from the Raiders boys, but even better defense from UJ. They had a lot of momentum going forward, did Raiders, but unfortunately Nico Besson just not managing to execute when it mattered. And that was a lovely passage of play. We saw some bounces, we saw some electric rugby. We just didn't see any points coming out of that situation. Scrum down on the 5-yard line. UJ ball. They need to find an angle. Well, they'll try that one again. First scrum of the half. The forwards can never get it right first time round. Just playing some mind games here. Lolwane, Kumalo, Kalayamudimo in the front row for Raiders. Semenya, Delacia, Baker for UJ. Opportunity for them to go head to head. Looks stable. There we go, we'll have the short arm and they'll take it quickly. Spreading it out wide now to UJ. Into contact, trying to fight his way out of his 22. And we'll have a scrum down here outside the 22. It's a much better angle for UJ. They would have felt that passage of play working to their advantage. As referee Pro Lejuete marks the spot for us. He's controlled the game really well. Hasn't let it run away from him as the experienced campaigner. Of course, it's been a very stop-start game. I've seen a lot of running repairs here, both for UJ and Raiders. As the season drawing its way to a close, some really tired bodies here in the action. The substitutes bench being filtered out really quickly in this game. 4 substitutes already on the park. We'll have another short arm and they look to take it quickly. A little bit of grass. Is there an opportunity for a 50-22, but the bounce just unkind for UJ. As Lintua, try scorer in the first half, gives it to his co-try scorer, Kubeka, who's found a little bit of space, and Kubeka looking to light up the UJ stadium. All the way out to James Bester, back onto the inside, and just doesn't quite manage to find the connection. The crowd crying out for a forward pass, but Lejuete happy with that one. Into the pocket it goes. There for Blau, and he manages to clear his lines, and I've got a feeling that they'll look to play it quickly as Gia takes it into contact, slips one, but gets taken by the second. Ganu, the man on the tackle, he's back from serving his suspension. As we go, we've seen the run there from Nusane so many times, the number 7 from Raiders. Steps back onto the inside. Does sing. Kubeka. Into Lihle Lolwane. He's a carrier for the Raiders side as Lolwane. Kubeka. Back to Lolwane. Trying to gain some momentum, but the UJ defense is resolute. Basson. Needs support, he gets his support, and he gets his team a penalty as well. What is the decision going to be? It's a really kickable position here, straight down the middle, 22 yards out. You can see there Albert. I'll tell you what, one of the biggest number 9s I've seen in the game. Just having a chat there with Kubega, and I think it might be a tap and go here. That's exactly what it is. Gia, he loves to run with ball in hand. A. Taylor gets it out to Kumalo. A. Taylor once more, and a little juggle there from Musa Shabalala. We'll go back there for the knock. And I'll tell you what, we haven't seen too much of Musa Shabalala, but when he has been in the game, he's been so powerful and so quick as the number 13. Hashtag count on Castle. You can always count on Castle to bring you the action, the vibe, and care for the community, which is exactly what they've done here for the community of rugby, sponsoring the Castle Lager Pirates Grand Challenge, the Castle Lager Carlton Cup in Pretoria, and the Castle Lager Moore and Murray Cup in KZN. making sure that the grassroots of our rugby are well supported. And of course, part of the reason we're able to stream this game live here on the Grand Challenge channel is we have a scrum down on the 22, UJ exit. We'll have a second go at the scrum. Don't think we've had a scrum going right first time round in this game. It's been really, really stop-start. Bowen Bosch with the pudding. It's a good pick up there from Dube. And we'll get a penalty here for Raiders. Just finding himself isolated there does Angelo Dube. And giving away the penalty in a really good position here. And this time round they call the cone on. And the decision to go for poles here in the hands of John Kubega. He's got 1 out of 2 already in this game, looking to make it 2 out of 3. And looking to give his team that 5-point advantage early on in the second half. It's not an easy kick, this one, for John Kubega. He's got himself 7 points rather already in this game, and well, they'll get it up to 10 points. Lovely work there from John Kubega, who gets that penalty over to get his team up to 15 points to 10, and the away side starting to build their lead, and something we might see more and more of in this game as more penalties get given away. Underway, and we get ourselves to halfway. 30 minutes left in this game, and you wouldn't want to call this one too early. It was all UJ for the first 25 minutes, but the next 25 minutes of this game have been all Raiders. The substitute prop, just having a word with Josh Dalasia. Short line out, 5-man line out here for these sides. It's Davis. Dube goes up rather. And a penalty here for UJ, which they take quickly, and it doesn't look like 10 meters. No advantage here from referee Lehuete. Holding on is the call for that one on the 22. Shoro making sure 10 yards from the try line, and is this the opportunity that UJ needed to get themselves back into the game? Communication just being taken there to Josh Dalasia. Absolutely important that they retain possession here for UJ. Dalasia finds Ganu. They get into the maul. And Raiders are going to look to hold this one up. Ball in hand with Dalasia. They're getting good go forward ball. This is a good maul here for UJ, under penalty advantage. Quick ball now, back onto the inside, but they were under penalty advantage. They could play with the freedom they wanted. Pro Lehuete just having a word here. keeping this game under control. Always referees with a smile on his face, Pro Lejuete. Really enjoys what he does. The players all know him. Taken into contact here by Marimo. Oh, that looks like it's been knocked forward. Isn't the case, says Mr. Lejuete. That one's taken into contact, 3 yards out. Dube gets himself a meter out as Angelo Dube. Oh, we've got 2 number 19 jerseys on the field. Angelo Dube with scrum cap on. Looking to go short as Bosch. It's well defended by Raiders. And we'll go back for the penalty on the 5-yard, and they look to take it quickly. Looking to catch Raiders off guard. Blau into contact. Leshoro. Little bit of space, and UJ go over the try line. It's a lovely work try there, going out to the right-hand side, finding a little bit of space and darting it over. Fantastic work there from Gabriel Solomons, who doesn't need much space. Have a look here, they identify the opportunity. You can see Leshoro just crying out for the ball, and Gabriel Damon stepping off that right foot, cuts back onto the inside and gets his team 5 points to level proceedings in this game. Well, 3 tries to 2 at the moment. 15 all is the score with a conversion to come. It will be Blau who looks to line this one up. Not an easy kick on the 22 with the angle. This one to take the home side in front for the first time in this half. Blau taking over kicking duties. Leshoro missing his first 2 kicks in the first half, but it will be Blau now to look to make it 17 points to 15 for UJ. Strikes it well, strikes it true, and strikes it for the 2 points. Blau manages to get his team ahead for the first time in this half, and UJ leading this game 17 points to 15 against Raiders. And the semi-finals looking further and further away for the Raiders side. Here in this Castle Lager Pirates Grand Challenge, we've got 2 more rounds to go. Raiders in a spot, fighting for a spot rather, for a semi-final position. Wits up against bottom of the log Alberton will look to secure their 4th spot. And at this rate, UJ look to be taking away the opportunity for Raiders to get to the semi-finals. But plenty of rugby to be played here. 23 minutes left in this game as Kubega gets us back underway. Contact taken there by Rakuma. He's waiting for it, does Mbuyamba. He loves to run with ball in hand. He's shown us how quick and powerful he is, but it's the defensive effort of UJ that comes out trumps this time around. The energy from the UJ side is absolutely fantastic. Every defensive effort comes with a celebration. And this is the UJ we know and love, the UJ of old. Oh, and just when I've spoken them up, look at that, what a bounce. Lovely work there from Chimanga, the substitute coming onto the field and lighting up the UJ stadium. Good tackle, and it's Malchas. Huge tackle here from UJ. Dalasia loving life. Puts a shoulder down, does Masuku. Trying to hold him up, and Basson still in possession. Kubega takes up the number 9 duties. Big long pass and finds its way out wide. Some strong running here from both of these sides. As UJ reverting to the double tackles now. Sinuka fighting his way out of a challenge. Now have a look, it's Lentua. Breaks through a tackle, he gets it out to Nico Basson, and there's an opportunity here for Chimanga as the number 22 gets into the 22. Nice and short here for Masuku. Masuku brushes past one, brushes past two, and offloads it only to a UJ hand. But under penalty advantage, all Raiders. And this game really starting to get exciting here in the last 20 minutes. Some big, strong running here from Raiders, but defensively so sound are the UJ side. Well, the crowd starting to find their voice here, getting behind their sides, and something that tells me that that's the Raiders support rather. They've come in their numbers here, have the Raiders supporters, supporting their team on their journey to semi-final position. But it's not looking good as it stands for Raiders. Wits currently 2 points ahead of Raiders with a game in hand, playing bottom of the log Alberton. So important that Raiders get a full complement of points in this game. And we've gone into test match style rugby here as John Kubega looks to get his team ahead. It's 2 out of 3 at the moment for Kubega. And he makes it 3 out of 4 to get Raiders ahead in this game. 19 minutes left in the half. And can Raiders hold this one out? 18 points to 17. And oh boy, what a game we've got on our hand as number 5 on the log plays number 7. Two penalties, a conversion and a try for John Kubega in this game. Really starting to get that points tally up as the number 10 from Raiders. A Taylor, substitute number 9 on the field as Alberts moves into the inside center. It's a good take there from Leshuru, but Kubega not allowing him to go forward. And yeah, that's not allowed. Just off his feet there, Dylan Malchus tries to get back on his feet and clear away, but referee adjudicating him to be entering from the side is the call there from Mr. Lehuete. Outside the 22, Ola Blau, the number 21 at the moment for UJ, has taken over kicking duties. And looks like he's playing in the fullback position at the moment as Blau. Josh Delacia with the throw. He's been looking for Ganu. This time round, he only finds Baker. It's a good take from Baker, and Baker might find himself in a sticky situation. And indeed he does at the base of the ruck. Holding on is the call there from Pro Lehuete, and it's a good effort there from the Raiders boys. Getting to the breakdown nice and quickly, getting over the top of Baker and managing to secure ball. Wow, the crowd in really good voice. Bringing some atmosphere here at the UJ Stadium. Exactly what Castle Lager would have wanted, bringing communities together. And that's what we love to see. We love to see our rugby being supported at all levels, and that one looks like it's a little bit on the skew side, and Mr. Lehuete agreeing with me on this one. Scrum down now, UJ ball, lots of space out on the left-hand side. 15 minutes left in this game. It's a 1-point game at the moment. Raiders in the ascendancy. Can they keep it this way? Or will it be UJ at home who are going to take home the spoils and ruin the opportunity for Raiders to get themselves into the semi-finals? Well, it looks like we've got ourselves an entirely new front row here for Raiders. Siaviwa Dlepu with the number 8 jersey. Sorry, Nkosi Masuku rather with the number 18 jersey. Dylan Malchas with the number 17. And of course, Marcus Rakoma with the number 16 jersey. That's your new front row for the Raider side. On the side of UJ, it looks like Damian Baker still on the field here, as well as Matlajwe on this near side, the number 17, and Ryan Marimo, the number 16 substitute hooker on the field. So only 1 out of the 6 front rowers that started this game still on the park at the moment. So Pro Lehuete having to do all that work from the get-go. Just when he thought he had stabilized the scrums, he's got to teach 6 new front rowers exactly what he wants from this game. And you can see it coming now. Just having to reset for the 2nd time already. Mr. Lehuete working so hard in the first half to make sure that the scrums are nice and stable and up to his standard. And now with 5 new front rowers on the park, having to do all that work again. It's quite interesting. Josh Delacia looks like he's moved into the flank position on the right-hand side there. So versatile are all of these players. Nico Besson scrumming in the number 8 position. Sinovuyo Bali on the field, number 19 for Raiders. This is really starting to get frustrating for both players and spectators, I'm sure. Our 3rd reset already from the same scrum down. Right, 4th time lucky, here we go. 17-18 is the score. As it stands, Raiders will be really happy with how things stand. UJ will want to get things going. Sooner or later, a penalty is going to have to go. Scrum down number 5. And it looks like UJ who are getting the warning here. Just collapsing on the near side here is Motlajwe. Let's have a look on this near side here. Motlajwe up against Masuku. Looks like it was just crumbling in. Both back straight, and you can see straight away going to ground there.
is Motlajwe. And they look to go quickly. Running strong now, and that's a big effort there from Rakoma. Another one. This time it's Sinov Vuyopali. Kubega taking up the number 9 duties. He finds Basson. Kubega still in the number 9. Finds Masuku. A Taylor. Gets it out wide, and it's a lovely run there from Chimanga. Takes it into contact as Bali. A Taylor with quick ball and just taking his eyes off the prize there. Knock forward is the call. And Raiders won't be happy with that one. Maybe just looking to be a little bit overzealous in attack and not securing possession on the go forward. They were in a really nice position, were Raiders. Having a look at some of the crowd, they look to be enjoying themselves. I wonder if they're Raiders supporters or UJ supporters. Either way, they've got a really good game on their hands. As we see some more running repairs. This time round, it's Damien Baker, who just off screen is getting a bit of the magic spray. Here we go. It's a family occasion, yeah? Got the babies out, hopefully a future Springbok. Finding a nice position in the top of the UJ Stadium. Lovely place to come watch rugby. Starting to get a little bit chilly. You can see some of the blankets and some of the jerseys coming out. But still a beautiful evening here in Auckland Park. The crowd still in full voice. They've been singing for the best part of the second half. As UJ looking to give the crowd something to sing about, and we'll go all the way back. It's kicked out on the full this time. A little bit wasteful here from UJ. Ola Blau just kicking that one out, man on screen. Maybe thought that he might be a little bit isolated if he takes it into contact. Possession retained. Goes to ground and penalty now for Raiders. 1 point game at the moment. Cannot afford to make a mistake in these last 8 minutes. As Rakoma takes it into contact, the substitute hooker driving those legs. A little knock on here from Raiders means that they lose possession. UJ need to find a way to get some points. These boys will be enjoying a Castle Lager after the game. 2 cases for each team that competes in this tournament, be it first team, second team, third team, under 19s, all get to quench their thirst after the game with a ice cold Castle Lager. Of course, Castle Lager bringing communities together, and that's what they've done. They've brought the Raiders community all the way to Auckland Park, and they've had a lovely time here, and they've got a good game of rugby on their hands as well. As that one comes straight out the tunnel for Kubeka. Managing to find his skipper Alberts, and now Sinuku puts the shoulder down, and no entry onto this bus for Gabriel Solomons. Big run here for Masuku. Under advantage or UJ, just a little bit of a knock, and Raiders really have to do better in contact. They get such good momentum going forward, but they've lost it a couple of times just in the contact. And a try would go down really well here for this Raiders side. Only the 1 point at the moment. A drop goal is all it takes for UJ to get their noses ahead in this game. Scrum down. Midfield just outside the 22. Ball goes in, ball comes out, and it's Bosch who finds Leshuru a little bit flat there, the run from Mafinyana. Nice quality ball into midfield, drops the shoulder and goes forward, does Dube. Bosch, Leshuru. Ruck is formed. Go forward once again for Mutlajwe. Bosch managing to find Dlamini. We haven't seen too much of the number 12 in this game. Lantua, he scored a try already. He's a really slippery character. No, it's another knock on from Raiders. Four minutes left in this game. Can Raiders afford those kind of mistakes? Just knocking that one on the go forward. And giving UJ an opportunity now, halfway. UJ splitting their back line. Leshuru and Blau down the middle, right behind that scrum. Keeping the Raiders defenders guessing. Some tired looking forwards there in the scrum. They'll be looking forward to a Castle Lager rather after the game. Three minutes to go in this game. 1 point is the game. Raiders, boy, do they need it. UJ more than happy to slow it down, but referee Lehuete not happy. It looks like Raiders at scrum time have the better of the home side. And it looks like Kubega will have a pop at goal here. 53 yards out, straight down the middle of the park. Does he have the distance to make this a 4-point game and force UJ to chase for that try in the final minutes of this game? Or will this be a mistake from Raiders? Could they have held on to the possession, gone for the line out, possibly even another scrum down? Well, Kubeka lines it up. 52 meters. The strike is good. And he's just pushed it to the right-hand side. That's exactly what we said. And UJ have an opportunity now to launch the attack through Blau. Good hit, but Blau refusing to go down. In possession now of the home side. 1 point is the game. Ruck is formed. It's Bosch looking to go down the blind side, decides against it. Solomons looking for a little bit of space. And it's Delacia who puts it onto a boot. Has he thrown possession away? Raiders looking to launch a counter attack of their own. Good hit being put in on Chimanga. Still Raiders ball. Chimanga carries it up to the halfway mark. And it's a scrum down here for UJ. Back in possession are the home side. That's exactly what they would have wanted. 1 minute left in this game on our clock. Mr. Lekwete having a look down at his watch. And there's the call there, 1 minute. 1 minute is the call there from Lekwete. UJ, all they need is 3 points. Raiders need to defend for their lives if they want to keep that semi-final spot alive. UJ just looking after their university partners from up the road. Almost guaranteeing them a semi-final spot should they pull this one off. Most importantly, they are in possession. 1 point is the game. It's 80 minutes on our watch. Big scrum from Raiders as Bosch gets it out to Leshoro, finds Solomon all the way out, and can you believe it? He's dropped it and Raiders will play. All they need is points, and Chimanga bursts through the defense of UJ. Fends off, but he finds himself a little bit isolated. Still in position. And we'll have a break and play here. Just knocking it on once again on the go forward. Raiders knocking the ball forward. UJ back in possession. 1 point is the game. 80 minutes on our clock. I stand under correction, but Damian Baker looks like he's down on the far side. It looks like he's cramping though. It's been a long season for these boys. You know, it's not nice, a cramp is. He'll be wanting to get back onto the field, but you know, he's struggling to walk at the moment. Look at that. He says, I'll do it myself. I need to scrum for my team here. 1 point. He wants to be on the park if they get that point. He wants to be there for his side, does Damian Baker. It doesn't look like he's walking too nicely at the moment. It's a terrible feeling, that. And it looks like Mbuyamba just getting into the heads of the UJ boys. Lots of smack talk there on the field. But it's all about who gets more points than the other. Right now, it's a 1 point game. Raiders in the lead. Oh, look at him, Mbuyamba, Jordan Mbuyamba, talking smack in the middle. Trying to get into the heads of the UJ 8. The scrum, so important, possibly one of the most important scrums of the game. It's been all Raiders at scrum time. It's exactly what they need this time round, but UJ in possession. Eager Beavers at the front. Oh, you can see just off screen there, Baker. Still cramping. It's a cool evening here at UJ Stadium. It's a relatively warm afternoon, but as soon as that sun goes down, makes it really difficult for the muscles. UJ. Leshoro out to Solomon. Solomon gets the wraparound. Oh, no, no, no. What an end to the game. Unfortunate scenes here for Mhlungu. The pressure just getting to him at the end of the game. 1 point was all they needed. 18-17 is how it ends here at the UJ Stadium. They had possession.
But it's been an absolutely fantastic game, ladies and gentlemen. Round 16 of the Castle Lager Pirates Grand Challenge sees Raiders keep their semi-final spot alive. 18 points to 17 is the final score. 2 more rounds left in this challenge, and it's been an absolute pleasure.